All right, everybody. I'm so glad you could join us today on this Wednesday, August. Push it down. It is down. I think we're having a few little problems here, so come on over here, producer, and help me. I think I've got the audio. Have I done something wrong? Oh, go up, not down. I'm getting there, folks. I can't even say I'm a newbie anymore because I've been doing this now for probably a month. But this is Shon Gables in our Atlanta News First Plus studios right here in the heart of Atlanta. It is Wednesday, August 27th. We have made it to hump day. 2 more days until the weekend. And boy, oh boy, are we dealing with some near record-breaking heat in Georgia. I hope you are doing your best to try and stay cool. We will have First Alert meteorologist Fred Campagna. He's going to join us shortly to break down the heat spell that we're in right now, and then the potential of rain possibly on the weekend. This is a First Alert weather day. He's going to have more on that coming up. But we're glad you could be with us. A lot of stories. We have a very busy newsroom. And one of the big stories that we're following, this one is heartbreaking. And I'm going to just kind of give you some bullet points of basically of a big, huge police bus that has just happened in Georgia. It was a human trafficking ring that was busted. Georgia Bureau of Investigation has arrested 17 people. Law enforcement has seized over $255,000. Charges range from pimping, pandering, and violation of the Georgia Controlled Substance Act. The one part of this story that is just gut-wrenching is that a child under the age of 1 was taken into protective custody. We are trying to learn more on this story, and we will keep you posted on that. The other big story that we are following, and this one, let me show it. Let's play this out right here, and let me get this over so you can see it. Bear with me. And this story is coming out of Dunwoody. Tonight, a teenager is in the hospital after a medical emergency in DeKalb County. Dunwoody high school officials say faculty members had to revive a student using Narcan. Atlanta News First, Blake Devine has more on this story.
I'm Blake Devine reporting from Dunwoody High School in DeKalb County. This is where a student was saved from an opioid overdose earlier today. According to school officials, a student swallowed a substance and then immediately campus was locked down as the school staff administered Narcan, a medicine which rapidly reverses opioid overdoses to the student. That successfully revived the student before EMTs even arrived on campus. The student was then transported to a nearby medical facility as the lockdown was lifted. Keep in mind, in May, 15-year-old sophomore Mia Diinguez died from fentanyl here at Dunwoody High, prompting a similar lockdown of campus. The student who overdosed today is expected to survive.
And I'm going to come back in studio. We're going to just have a talk about someone that I am a huge admirer of, and that is Edwin Moses. If you are any fan of track and field, you know that here in Georgia we have our own GOAT. Edwin Moses was an Olympic, two-time Olympic gold medalist. He had a way of jumping hurdles that not only made him an Olympian, but it's also made him a legend in the industry because he used a mix of science and physics to figure out how to make his timing on his jumps perfectly where there was at the least amount of wind resistance, and made him a household name not only here in the United States, but really across the globe. Morehouse College and the Human Rights Film Festival, they're going to premiere a highly anticipated documentary called 13 Steps. The film is full of stars. It's power-packed. It showcases the life and legacy of Dr. Edwin Moses. There is a brand new trailer they just released. I want to show it to you. The premiere of the movie is not until September, but this is a sneak peek of what you can expect.
You know, he was like Superman in real life. the ability to overcome and produce your best for years. It's unbelievable.
100+ races, won in a row? Who's doing that?
I won 58 races in a row, and I'm second.
Edwin Moses is the greatest of all time as the 400-meter hurdler.
He had tended to become an engineer.
He was going to approach the whole thing using the physics and mathematics.
Trying to figure out how to get from point A to point B while jumping over C, D, E, F, and G.
With his glasses, if you didn't see him run, he might have been the only person who believed he could do that.
And he looked unbeatable.
Edwin Moses. The world record. Who wants to be second? Once my winning streak began to increase, my role was to continue winning.
When you're an African-American athlete, you are carrying that double burden of athletic excellence, but also the meaning that you bring to the African-American community.
I'm driving down Sunset, stopped at a light, was solicited by an undercover cop. I knew that it was a trap from the beginning. The accusation was that I asked this lady to have sex.
There were a lot of things about this case that struck the racial justice nerve.
They don't want you to have a voice.
Above entitled cause, find Edwin Moses not guilty of this.
I fought it because I wasn't guilty.
The way he had to find solutions gave him the attitude of a champion.
Watch out for me. Keep your eyes on me.
I believed in principles of fairness and equity.
Mess with me.
A legend.
Wow. I can't wait to see it. Doors open for the big premiere Saturday, September 21st at 7 p.m. at Martin Luther King Jr. International Chapel at Morehouse College. I'm going to be talking about this for many more times to come, but I'm very excited for Dr. Edwin Moses and for his story to be told. It's an important one. Make sure you join myself, Shon Gables, and Blair Miller tonight at 11. Our team of Atlanta News First reporters are covering several other big stories that are affecting you. Our reporter Tori Cooper is working on a second police bust in Roswell. It, too, involved a human trafficking ring. Tori is speaking with neighbors who are shocked at what happened next door. Carly Barnett is on location in Atlanta, where vandals have damaged an event space that was planned for a global Black Pride event. This one, though, it is disgusting. In some cases, the vandals, they defecated on Pride flags. Investigators are following up on leads. No arrests so far. We're going to have more on that story tonight. And Madeline Montgomery is speaking with the people closest to a woman injured in a shooting that killed a Paulding County deputy. We're going to have a full update on those stories on Atlanta News First at 11, Peachtree TV at 10, and WPGA in Macon. But for now, we're going to switch gears. I'm going to bring in my colleague right here, Fred Campagna. He's all ready to talk about our First Alert Weather Day. Buddy, it is hot, and it's going to get hotter. I usually don't want the rain.
Can you hit my mic there, Shon, on your left?
I sure can.
Second one over.
I sure can.
Not much rain coming our way, but it's hot. It is going to get hotter. I'm going to get out of the dark here. I'll let you step aside.
Okay.
I'm going to take things over and get going on a lot to tell you about weather-wise. So we will cut this over here while I get situated. And very soon we'll be up and running with a little weathercast for you. So we just get a couple of things taken care of. We do everything back in here, which includes getting ourselves situated, getting all the graphics situated for you. And that's what I'm working on right now, is just taking care of that stuff. That's a beautiful look downtown. I'm going to tell you something about the weather for Saturday right off the bat, because the Dogs are playing at the Benz against Clemson, opening up their season, and also Dragon Con parade downtown. So we have that going on as well. But first, just want to say hi. Hope you're having a great week. Hope you're staying cool. It is hot out there. It's right back into midsummer. Today we came up 1 degree shy of the record high for the date. It was 98. We hit 97 in Atlanta. So hopefully you were able to hang in there and make it bearable and get in some AC. Let's go back to these weather graphics. So there's the Benz. If you like crowds, go downtown on Saturday morning because you're going to have a bunch of tailgaters outside the bends. That game kicks off at noon. And then the Dragon Con parade, which is more or less downtown, that happens at 10 o'clock in the morning. So at that point, temperature is going to be rising through the 80s. It'll be about 85 degrees by about 11 o'clock in the morning as tailgaters are, wrapping up that morning tailgate. And then after that, game time, of course, into the bends, everyone will go. It will likely be roof closed. I can't imagine they'd have it opened with the temperature at 90 degrees. Got to stay comfy in there. So it'll be AC during the game, but while you're in the game, it'll be 90, 92 degrees or so. And when you get out of the game, it'll be about 93. An isolated storm cannot be ruled out. Let's check out what's going on out there right now. Still 91 degrees after 8 o'clock in Atlanta, 91 for Rome as well. So it's hot, 90 Griffin right now, feeling a little hotter because of the humidity, 94. And it is going to be muggy for us right through the Labor Day weekend. We don't have any storms out there around the metro right now. You can see one lonely one in the southwestern part of Troup County. That's on the lower left-hand side of your screen. And tomorrow we'll watch for isolated showers and thunderstorms to flare up. So as we go through the rest of tonight and into tomorrow morning, temperatures fall into the 70s and then climb quickly out of the 70s and back up through the 80s and into the 90s, 95 for Smyrna, 96 for East Point, Decatur 96, 94 for Sandy Springs, 20% chance of a thunderstorm on Thursday afternoon, Thursday early evening, mid-90s, DeKalb and Gwinnett County as well, Stone Mountain area up to around Norcross and Beaufort and Lawrenceville, Snellville area. It's going to feel, though, pretty close to 100 because of that moderate humidity that we have out there, and it stays moderately humid right through the Labor Day weekend. Look at the cloud cover on Thursday, not a ton of it, but a lot like today, some fair weather clouds building up, and a couple of those could be foul weather clouds in terms of producing a brief shower or thunderstorm on a Thursday afternoon. We'll do it again on Friday. You can see a bit of activity starting to pop by about 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon on Friday. 20 to 30% chance of storms over the weekend, the holiday weekend. So just know that you might have to make a little dash inside if you have outdoor plans over the weekend. It doesn't look like there's going to be real widespread storms coming our way this weekend, but cannot rule out some storms each of those days as we go forward. So here's the look at the tropics. Things are relatively quiet, but the activity will likely pick up in a big way in early September. And in fact, by early September, we may have our next named storm. You can see that area that the Hurricane Center is watching out there in the main development region of the Atlantic Ocean. Here's Atlanta's most accurate 7-day forecast. Hot weather continues through the Labor Day weekend, not as hot Friday through Monday. It'll be in the low 90s most of those afternoons. Temperatures in the 70s at night. Tuesday, Wednesday timeframe, scattered storms are possible, and we are also watching for some cooler temperatures coming in the middle of next week. High temperatures back closer to normal, which will be generally in the mid 80s on Tuesday, maybe even a little below normal on Wednesday. Hope you have a great rest of your evening. Don't forget to check us out tonight on Atlanta News First.